Very honored to be joined by Lieutenant General Atta Hasnain, member of the National Disaster Management Authority. A person who has provided sober, factual updates about what's happening on the ground and has kept all of us, millions of us, glued to India today, very, very grounded and updated as to what is happening. General Hasnain, thank you very much, sir, for your time. I know it's an extremely busy time for you. I won't take much time. Just a few crucial questions that our viewers ask, and I think there's no one better to answer them than you. You mentioned, General Hasnain, that there are a couple of meters left of drilling to do on that horizontal pipeline. We see a lot of surround sound, sir. The ambulances are there, the families have been brought in, there's a helicopter on site, there are people holding garlands and mithai, etc. There's a great deal of anticipation that something is going to happen today, sir. Are you saying that it could or it may also spill over till tomorrow?
See, thank you, first of all. I think this is a very important moment. For the last 5 days, I have been expressing caution. And I tend to continue expressing that caution, although I know that we are on the verge of a breakthrough. But in such operations, it's only the final word which counts. You see, contingencies can come up in the last centimeter too.
Yes.
And that is something which I am always prepared for. And I would like to prepare the environment for that always. So while we express a positive tone at this time, the last 2 meters also have to be pushed through. There can be metallic objects or concrete blocks, etc. in those last 2 meters. Thereafter, we have to push the pipes a little further to stabilize the pipes, to make sure that people can clamber onto them, be able to put the stretchers on them, to be able to get the people out from there. You will find that the complete methodology of bringing them out has already been rehearsed by the NDRF a couple of times.
Yes.
And that is what they are going to adopt. But we are waiting for the final word of those 2 meters. Now, I also want to tell you that since yesterday, 10 meters of progress has been made through this manual digging method by the so-called rat miners.
Yes.
But, and along with them, other diggers from the Corps of Engineers and others. This is an extremely difficult process which they have done. And in a very enclosed space, they have come across obstacles, metallic objects which have been cut with the help of all kinds of cutters. To work in that enclosed environment is a very, very challenging job. And therefore, hats off to all of them who have worked together on this.
We unequivocally salute all of the rescue workers, especially those who've been going in and manually doing what the machines have, perhaps failed to completely do at this point of time, which is, certainly going to be something that we'll be looking at in greater detail once this rescue operation is over. General Hasnain, can you explain to us briefly, sir, how much of a challenge these 2 meters might actually pose? You said there could be some metallic objects, but since 10 meters has not taken very long, could it be potentially possible that even overnight today there could be a breakthrough? General Hasnain, can you hear me, sir?
I can't hear you through my... Just a second.
Okay, we're just going to make sure that General Hasnain can hear me.
No.
Okay, small little audio issues. My colleague is right there. He's going to patch him back because I have a few more questions on that. Our viewers are flooding us with questions right now across our social media platforms over what they want clarity about. The question is, will the workers be able to... Okay, General Hasnain, the question I was asking you is, does this drilling work continue overnight as well, sir? We do know that, the weather is cold. It has rained a little bit earlier today. General Hasnain, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah,
and I got your question.
Yeah. Please answer that, sir.
This work will continue 24/7. It has gone on.
Yeah.
It has gone on 24/7. It will continue 24/7 till the last of the 41st individual is brought out safely. I do want to emphasize that there is risk to both the individuals who are inside and those who are carrying out the rescue effort. That is one aspect we want to minimize for everyone. We don't want any last-minute issues which come up on casualties, etc. Therefore, every precaution is being taken. Medical authorities are all in place. The state government of Uttarakhand has done a fantastic job of putting together. The health department is there, created a full infrastructure for this. So I'm very hopeful that once they come out, they're going to be very comfortable. They will stay about 48 to 72 hours in the hospital or being routinely checked.
Just two last questions, General. The first question is, once that lifeline reaches them, can you just tell us step by step what happens? Are they put onto stretchers and pulled out using ropes? How does that actually happen, sir?
I think about 3 or 4 days ago, the NDRF gave some very good demonstrations, and there are lots of video clips floating around of that to show how they have improvised stretchers with wheels on them, how their own boys have gone inside. They are the same ones who will go inside and train, help all 41 personnel as to how they have to clamber onto the stretcher and how they are going to be hauled out from there using ropes to pull them out. It's estimated that it's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes per individual to wheel him out from through the tunnel for that distance of about 58 to 60 meters. Now, if there are any obstacles in the route, there could be some falling debris again, there could be one of these steel pipes could come unstuck or something like that. That will obviously then delay the whole process. But if all goes well, I would estimate 4 to 5 hours, we should be able to get all of them out safely.
We're hoping for that. And my final question to you, sir, as an army man, who's involved in this rescue operation, we've seen an entire gamut of agencies involved, and you listed them out in your press conference just a short while ago. How has this all come together in a seamless way? And tell us about how some of that army ethos has also helped. We've seen the DG of the Border Roads Organization involved. We've seen people like you involved, the Corps of Engineers, other, army units also on site. Tell us a little bit about how the army ethos has also helped in this entire situation, sir.
Let me start by saying that this has been a whole of government approach.
Yeah.
And it started from the 12th of October, Diwali Day, when the first news of this incident came. Right from then, it's been the Prime Minister's office, the PMO, which has taken the first call, and in a top-down kind of an approach, they made the first approach to various agencies which they thought could help in this. I think the first of them was the railways, who are known and reputed to be very good in infrastructure development. They came on board, and subsequently, as time went along, consultation was carried out with different infrastructure organizations who kept on coming in on board progressively. You found, for example, the Satraj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited coming in. They are the ones who are doing this fantastic effort of the top-down drilling.
Yes.
The NHDICL itself involved in the horizontal drilling which has carried on and which has been the mainstay of this whole operation. Yes, you're absolutely right. The PMO, the Home Ministry, the Ministry of Roads, Transport and Highways, which has been the mother organization, the NDMA, and very importantly, lines were kept open to all these organizations. People were willing to accept calls, listen to people, listen to advice. Anyone who wanted to help was welcome to come and help. We had the former Director General of Border Roads, General Harpal Singh, who volunteered and was enabled to the spot. He has been there for the last 3-4 days, and his contribution has been immense. And yes, you're right, this approach is not really the army approach. I would say it's the Indian approach.
Yeah.
The Indian approach has been outstanding. All of government, everyone coming together in an emergent situation, primarily to save lives, 41 lives which were at stake. And not to forget that there were a plethora of people working together, the SDRF, the NDRF, army engineers, everyone working here together. Their lives were at stake too. And we wanted to make sure that the risk is minimized. Not to forget at the end of it all, right from the top, the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister to the PMO, down to the last man. That's what has been making the difference. But I pray that all this will finally end in a complete success.
A complete success is what we want. A complete success is what everyone in the nation is currently praying for. And we join you, General Hasnain, in congratulating and, doffing our hats to all of those rescue personnel who are doing an amazing, dangerous, risky job. They've got families as well who will be anxious about their well-being. So we join you in praying for a complete success. Thank you so much for your time, General Hasnain. A great assurance for all of us and all of our viewers that someone from the Indian Army has taken charge and in many ways become that conduit for factual information from the crisis site.